Why not?
Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 16th of November 2024 and today we're off back to the International Stadium. It is Gateshead versus Aldershot Town in the National League.
So I'm in Gateshead and going into this afternoon's game, Aldershot currently in 17th place in the National League table. Things not really going too well for them of late. The pressure is most definitely building on their manager Tommy Widderington, and you do maybe feel as though if they do get beat today then that could well be him out of a job, but also you'll have to wait and see on that. But I think a little bit like us, going through a bit of a sort of rough patch with injuries and suspensions and that sort of thing, but I think after on the back of their 2-0 loss against Widderington last weekend, there was a real a bit of sort of discontent amongst their supporters towards the team. So I think they'll be coming up here this afternoon and looking for a response to that. Plus as well, they're just one of those teams that was just for some reason seem to fare better against when we play at their place compared to when we play against them here. Obviously in the last two seasons they've won both their visits here while we've gone down to their place and picked up 4 points from the two games. But speaking of Gateshead, we are still in 4th place in the National League table despite last week's really poor result and display at AFC Fylde, and I'm not going to lie, it was the worst day I've had at football ever. It was just absolutely horrible, to be quite honest with you, and today's kind of one of those games where I've almost had to drag myself out of bed for it, but hopefully I'll feel a little bit better come about 5 o'clock tonight. But all the same, I'm certainly not going to think it's going to be an easy game, given despite the league positions and the form, what have you. But what it is an opportunity for us today. A little bit like last week, obviously Forest Green and York playing against each other in the late game. So if we win temporarily, we'd make up ground on both of them. Then by the end of that game, we'd have made up ground on at least one of them. So yeah, we've got to make it count today. And depending on the Barnett's result at Dagenham, we could even move up into the top 3. I feel like every time I do a Gateshead video at the minute, I'm saying that we're in 4th place. It's been like that spell season before last where I kept on saying that we're in 21st place. I mean, granted, obviously 4th place is a lot better than 21st, but still, yeah, I think it goes without saying we need a response within our own performance this afternoon. So hopefully we can get that. Let's on down to the International Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up, Aldershot getting ready in this half as the away teams always do. We're going to be in the red and blue combination home strip this afternoon by the looks of things, and Gateshead are getting ready over there. Of course we are going to be in the white and black home strip. Anyway, I will see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match.
Come on! Man!
8 seconds!
8 seconds.
Is that a new record?
Yeah. seconds. How are the lads?
Get in the box.
The heat. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Cole. I like that kit. He got the ref in before us. Yes, get it in the box. 8 seconds. One.
Why not?
I can on escape. Robbie, you're the one I on. One. Oh. Come on. Then cement, man. Fucking big one, man. Fucking hell, man. Go on!
What was that noise?
I thought he was going to go.
Some turnout on that.
Whoa! Spilt it! What is, man? He's offside!
He's not.
Are we late?
He's a mile on.
Fuck off, man! Shoot! Shoot! Go on, wheel on! How, man?
It looks harder. It looked harder to miss.
Paul dancing, Paul. Paul dancing. Come on!
Half time, Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 1. It's been quite an open game, like neither side's really sitting in or anything like that. I think we are testing the goalkeeper a bit more, which is obviously a good thing because I don't think we really did that enough last week. But one thing I have noticed from Aldershot's goalkeeper so far is while he has been making saves, he's not really been clinging on to him, and up until the second goal it was just maybe getting away from it because there weren't really any Gateshead players following up. But I think once we latched onto that, Callum Whelan managed to get on the end of it and put us 2-1 in front. I mean, we started the game off like a train, like really had them pinned back into their own half. Obviously Robbie Tinkler striking a bar from about 35 yards. I think there's another decent chance shortly after that, but the truth of the matter is we like whether he thought their goal should have been flagged for offside or not. We made it a bit too easy for them, but you know, we didn't let it get us down too much. Responded quite well, got the equaliser, good ball in from Braden Hornstrup, and Oneseni was stronger against the defender and managed to head it home. So that is why we find ourselves in the lead at half time. But as we say, it's going to be another, you know, fairly open second half. But I think all in all, we have been the better team. I just hope we can, you know, carry that on and get this game won.
Come on! Come on! Tim. Get it! Defensively again.
No.
Keeper! Fucking too easy.
It's always put on in the shower and it's
4 minutes of added time, 4 minutes.
Top corner, David header for them.
Side.
Get it. Get it on! Forward! Get it over it! Forward! Forward, man! Get it forward! Forward! Get it forward, man! Forward! Get it forward! That was absolutely awful.
Full-time Gateshead 2, Aldershot Town 2. It was a draw by virtue of both sides being equally as poor, and but I do think we allowed them to stay in the game. To tell you the absolute truth, we pretty much gifted them both of their goals. It was a bit too easy for them. We were a bit too slack defensively, and really with some of the chances that we had in the first half, they were really could and probably even should have maybe wrapped the game up in the first half. Then the second half would have been maybe something we could have maybe coasted a little bit, but that doesn't mean that we maybe should have played with a bit more tempo, a bit more urgency in the second half, because there were a lot of times when that urgency wasn't there, when perhaps it maybe ought to have been, and I think ultimately I've got to be totally honest about this. Aldershot were one of the poorest sides that I've seen us play against so far this season, and we just didn't make it count against them. I think the only side I'd say that were worse than them was probably Ebbsfleet on the opening day of the season. That's probably reflected in Ebbsfleet's league position, but we've got to make sure that this is just maybe a little bit of a blip, and
nothing more sinister. Obviously, the next game is a week today away to Maidenhead, which is going to be a tough battle. Everything about Maidenhead is a pretty old school, like the ground, the manager, the way they play. It's going to be a tough physical battle for us. So I think we just got to be well prepared for that. But one thing I did notice today is Aldershot did try to hit us on the counter attack quite a lot. And there were a few times where we were very nearly caught out with it, but I think, again, if I'm telling you the absolute truth, a little bit like last week, there were like quite a few players that were a bit too quiet. But you know what, it doesn't matter how good a player or how good a team you are going to have a dip in form, like in patches throughout the course of a season. And but you know what, I think we didn't lose the game, so, and it does maintain what has been a relatively positive home record so far. Obviously, I don't know how many home games we played exactly. I don't have that figure to hand, but we have only failed to win on 2 occasions. And look, our record against sides that are maybe sort of there or thereabouts in terms of the playoffs, in terms of points return, it isn't too bad. It's just games like today, games like last week, games like Tamworth, where there's a couple of things where we need to sort of iron out a couple of naiveties and stuff like that. But as we said, it's a disappointing one today. It did feel very flat inside the stadium. I don't know why that was, but yeah, I think that kind of transferred onto the pitch a little bit in the second half, I'm not going to lie. But it's as we said, it's not as bad as it could have been, and we just got to ultimately now dust ourselves down and move on to the next one. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Monday with my reaction to the third round draw for the FA Trophy. Of course, the Heed are the current holders of this competition and entering at the next stage. So who will we pull out on Monday? There's quite a few local sides in there. Will we end up facing Solihull in a repeat of last season's final? We don't know at this moment in time, but whatever the outcome, I will be reacting to it on Monday night. So check back for that then. But until then, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.